Hello, everyone. You've tuned in to Chewy Dog Biscuit, where everything's made up and the points don't matter. Welcome, everyone. Today is our second video on YouTube, and as you can see, I'm the same dressed as I was with my first video, and that's because I'm doing it about 5 minutes apart. So, this is our first video on how to make a small size duct tape tote bag. Now what you're going to need to have is about one roll of any kind of duct tape you want. It could just be solid colors. I chose multicolored polka dot because it's a hard challenge. And as you can see, they don't line up. I mean, they're not, like, some of them are cut. So when you do, if you do a pattern like this, you have to make sure they line up. And if they don't, I mean, they're not going to perfectly line up, and the colors aren't going to be perfect together. You know, like on this one, I have big whites, like white circles, and then a little bit of green on them. You know, that's going to happen. So, and you're also going to need another color. I chose a solid purple. And if you want to save duct tape, I just use black on the inside. That's what I do. Because black, it's, for some reason, I always have it. So, now as you can see, on this tote bag, I have already started. I have made a sheet, a 12 by 11 sheet. The strips are 12 foot long, and the length is 11 inches. So, and I made 2 sheets, and it takes about 7 strips, 12 foot long, going up as you progress. They're not like the strips don't go that way, they go that way, horizontal. So, and as you can see on this one, I started to add, you know, the bottom. And I'll get to that in a minute. But first, get your sheets done. And after that, you need to get 2 11-inch sides, which I did double sides, but you can just do one side. You can do, I did double strips in length. Can you see the line there? You can just do one strip length. It works that way too, but this is going to be a wider tote bag. So, and after you get that done, and just to let you know, these are going to be on the sides. These are going to be the sides for your tote bag. This is the top. Once you make those, and those are going to be the same, those are going to be 11 inches long. So then once you get that done, you're going to make a 12-inch piece for your bottom, and it's going to be the bottom, as you see. It's going to right there. Now what I do when I put them on, I lay them right next to each other, make sure the back is like that, and then I put a strip there. You know, makes it a lot easier. Then you can come on this piece, and then you can lay it right next to it, and then you lay a strip there, and then when that's done, you just fold them up like that, and that's how wide it's going to be. As you can see, that's pretty much how wide it's going to be. Now I'm going to, after you get that done, we're going to finish the bag. Once you have 2 12 by 11 sheets of duct tape, you have 1 foot long piece for the bottom, which is 12 inches, and then 2 11-inch strips of duct tape for the sides. I hope this is clear. So once you do that, you do what I did. You take the piece, you put it right next to each other, and then you tape in the middle. Not the best taping job, but And I'll show you what to do on this side. It's the same thing. You're going to lay it right next to each other, make sure both ends line up. And then take a piece of tape. Make sure it's the same length. Maybe a little bit longer, especially if you're going to rip it like this. And then make sure it's still straight. Take your piece of tape. Stick it on there. Flatten it out. And then if you do have it if you have it over, flip it over. And then see these tab parts coming over here. You're going to want to cut those off. You want it to pretty much be level. As you can see, it's all level now. Well, sort of, except for this part, but that's okay. You just don't want anything hanging out on the sides. Okay. I'm going to take some purple. I'm going to make sure it's the same length. I usually just measure the end. And then I cut it. Wait, where's my cutting tool? Oh, there it is. Okay. How about that? What you're going to do is take that piece of tape that I just cut, and you're going to cut it right down the center. Try to get it as straight as you can, but it doesn't matter. Because the end that's not straight is just going to go on the bottom. Get that down. We'll come over here. I'm trying to figure out what was the end that was longer. Or not longer, but not straight. And whichever side's straighter, I'm going to put that right behind the edge. It doesn't cover up too much. I'll show you here. That's what the bottom's gonna look like. You see that, just that little strip of purple? That's pretty much what's gonna look like. Now you want to do that to the other side too. I know this is kind of a boring video, but duct tape it's an art. It's hard to be funny when you're doing something artistic. I want to make sure they measure up. We'll flatten that. Now what pretty much I'm gonna do, I mean, you're thinking of a duct tape, it's not, it's gonna sag when you put stuff in the bag. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a piece of cardboard, and I'm gonna cover it in duct tape, and then I'm gonna put it in the bottom. So don't worry about that. Wow, the computer's hot. Oh man, this is gonna happen. I'm gonna make sure you crease it where your bottom's gonna be with your sides, because you want the bottom to be completely flat. And if you don't get a completely flat bottom, that's not gonna be good. So in my first video, I know I said I was gonna put some brownie stuff into my videos, so wanted to show you this. This is my little Twilight Sparkle. Twilight Sparkle is a pony, and if you didn't look up Brony, then you probably don't know that Brony is affiliated with MLP FIM, which is My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Now, it's not like the old My Little Ponies, it's Generation 4, which when Lauren Faust, who was, I guess, who did the Powerpuff Girls, came and took it over, she made it good. As you see, there's your bottom. Okay. And okay. Now what you want to do is for your sides, you gotta move Twilight. There you go. Ah. Let's see. We're going to want to make these line up. Next thing you're going to do you're going to make another strip the same length. I might have to make this apart too. I mean, I know you're not sitting here for 13 minutes, but I can't pause it. That's the problem. I have a camera that can pause, but since I don't have internet access and my printer only is connected to the desktop, this is my laptop, I don't have any way of pausing my videos. Okay, let's bring this piece back over here. What you're going to do is, again, what I probably didn't have to do in the beginning. You're going to line them up to where that crease line is. I'll have to cut a little bit off the top here. Okay, I'm just gonna make this part 2.